श्री गणेशाय नमः। श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्री गुरुदेवेभ्यो नमः। ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बो फलचारुभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणपति भगवान की जय। जय 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 गणनायक। जय जय विघ्न विनाशक। जय 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 गणनायक।
जय जय विघ्न विनाशक।
हे शुभ मंगलदायक विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक।
हे शुभ मंगलदायक विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक।
गजवदना गौरी नंदन। गजवदना गौरी नंदन।
गजवदना गौरी नंदन।
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन।
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन।
जय 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 गणनायक। जय जय विघ्न विनाशक। जय जय
जय गणनायक। जय जय विघ्न विनाशक।
हे शुभ मंगलदायक विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक। हे शुभ मंगलदायक विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक। विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक। विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणपति भगवान की जय। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम प्रभाकराय विद्महे दिवाकराय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ओमादित्याय विद्महे मार्तण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ओम अश्वध्वजाय विद्महे
पद्महस्ताय धीमहि
तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीसूर्याय नमः। श्रीसूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः। ॐ नमो
भगवते श्रीसूर्याय नमः। श्रीसूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः।
श्रीसूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः।
श्रीसूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः।
आदित्याय नमः। दिवाकराय नमः।
आदित्याय नमः। दिवाकराय नमः।
दिवाकराय नमः। प्रभाकराय नमः।
दिवाकराय नमः। प्रभाकराय नमः।
ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीसूर्याय नमः। श्रीसूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते
श्रीसूर्याय नमः। श्रीसूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः।
श्रीसूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः।
श्रीसूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः।
प्रेम से बोलो श्री सूर्य नारायण स्वामी की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरम्। अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं
नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरम्।
हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं मधुराधिपते।
रङ्गितं मधुरं मधुराधिपते। रङ्गितं मधुरम्।
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं। वेणु मधुरो रेणु मधुरः पाणिर्मधुरा पादो मधुरो नृत्यं मधुरं साख्यं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सूक्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं 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 मधुरम् मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्। प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम। ओम रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम् नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणम्। श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम कंदर्पयद नित अमित छवि नवनील नीरज सुंदरम पद पीत मानहु तरित रुचि शुचि श्री राम श्री राम भजु दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंशनी रघुनंद
आनंद कंद कौशल चंद्र दशरथ नंदन। श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम
सिद्ध मुकुट
कुंडल तिलक चारु उदार अंग विभूषण आजानु भुज सरि चाप धरि संग्राम जित कर दूषण। श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम।
इति पदति
तुलसीदास चंदन शेष मुनि वंदन मम हृदय गंज निवास गुरु कामादि खद दल गंजन। श्री राम श्री राम
श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम। बोले सियापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। ओम अतुलित बलधामं हेमशैलाबदेहं धनुजवन कृशानुं ज्ञानिनामृगगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयोतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति दास मारुति रामदास मारुति दास मारुति रामदास मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति। बोलिए पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय हो। डिवाइन मदर दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती। ओम धूम दुर्गाय नमः। ओम धूम दुर्गाय नमः। ओम धूम दुर्गाय नमः। ओम जयंती मंगला काली भद्रकाली
कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते। जय त्वं देवी चामुंडे जय भूतारतिहारिणी जय सर्वगते देवी कालरात्रि नमोस्तुते।
प्रेम से बोलो श्री दुर्गा माता की जय। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी नमः। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी नमः। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी नमः। ओम लक्ष्मी करोतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुख संपदा मम शत्रु विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते। नमस्तेऽस्तु महामाया श्रीपीते सुरपूजिते शंखचक्र गदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। प्रेम से बोलो श्री महालक्ष्मी माता की जय। ओम श्री सरस्वत्ये नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्ये नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्ये नमः। ॐ या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेषजाध्यापः। प्रेम से बोलो श्री सरस्वती माता की जय। नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते
नारायणी नमोस्तुते
नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी
नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते
नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते
नारायणी नमोस्तुते
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके
शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते
नारायणी नमोस्तुते
शङ्ख चक्र गदा शङ्ख गृहीता परमायुधे शङ्ख चक्र गदा शङ्ख गृहीता परमायुधे प्रसीद वैष्णवी रूपे नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते
नारायणी नमोस्तुते
ओ नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते। प्रेम से बोलो जगदम्बिका माता की जय। शिवजी भगवान पूजा। ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय। वन्दे देवमुमापतिं सुरगुरुं वन्दे जगत्कारणम्
वन्दे पन्नगभूषणं मृगधरं वन्दे पशूनां पतिं वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्कवाहिनयनं वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं
वन्दे भद्र भक्तजनाश्रयं च वरदम्
वन्दे शिवं शङ्करम्
शान्तं पद्मासनस्थं
शशिधरमुकुटं पञ्चवक्त्रं त्रिनेत्रं शूलं वज्रं च घनं परशुभभयदं दक्षिणाङ्गे महातं नागं पाशं च घन्तं डमरुकसहितं चाकुशं वामभागे नानालङ्कारयुक्तं स्फटिकमलनिभं पार्वतीशं नमामि ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभाषितशोभितलिङ्गं ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभाषितशोभितलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं निश दिन नमो गणपति चरण निश दिन नमो गणपति चरण गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण निश दिन नमो गणपति चरण निश दिन नमो गणपति चरण संताप सब मन के हरे मंगल सदा गणपति करे संताप सब मन के हरे मंगल सदा गणपति करे मन कर रहा प्रातः स्मरण मन कर रहा प्रातः स्मरण निश दिन नमो गणपति चरण निश दिन नमो गणपति चरण बल बुद्धि के तुम देवता पर भक्ति हृदय सेवता बल बुद्धि के तुम देवता पर भक्ति हृदय सेवता शंकर सुवन तारन तरन शंकर सुवन तारन तरन निश दिन नमो गणपति चरण निश दिन नमो गणपति चरण गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण निश दिन नमो गणपति चरण निश दिन नमो गणपति चरण गणपति चरण गणपति चरण
Om. Let us engage in a few moments of meditation, everyone. Take deep breath in, relax the body. त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनाम् मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतातयो त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनाम् मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतातयो त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनाम् मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतातयो नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकालाग्निकालाय कालग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन् महादेवाय नमः महादेवाय नमः Few minutes of silence. ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो उमापति महादेव की जय। मीठे रस से भरियो री राधा रानी लागे, महारानी लागे। मीठे रस से भरियो धी राधा रानी लागे, महारानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी को पानी लागे। मीठे रस से भरियोरी राधा रानी लागे, महारानी लागे। मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। जय हो। यमुना जी तो कारी कारी, राधा गोरी गोरी। यमुना जी तो कारी कारी, राधा गोरी गोरी। वृंदावन में धूम मचावे बरसाने की चोरी। वृंदावन में धूम मचावे बरसाने की छोरी। व्रज धाम राधा जी की रजधानी लागे, रजधानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। मीठे रस से भरियो रे राधा रानी लागे। जय हो। कान्हा नित मुरली में तेरे सुमिरे बारंबार। कान्हा नित मुरली में तेरे सुमिरे बारंबार। कोटिन रूप धरे मन मोहन तो न पावे पार। कोटिन रूप धरे मन मोहन कोई न पावे पार। रूप रंग की छबीली पतरानी लागे, पतरानी लागे। मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। कि मीठे रस से भरियो रे राधा रानी लागे। राधा राधा नाम रटत है जे नर आथोयाम। राधा राधा नाम रटत है जे नर आथोयाम। तिनके बाधा दूध करत है राधा राधा नाम। तिनके बाधा दूर करत है राधा राधा नाम। राधा राम की सकल जिंदगानी लागे, जिंदगानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। मीठे रस से भरियो रे राधा रानी लागे, महारानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो जी रो पानी लागे। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। My pranam to all of you on behalf of Bhavani Shankar Mandir. We Welcome you to this morning's service, satsang. Satsang bina satsanga viveka na hoi, Ram kripa binu sulabh na soi. Ramcharitmanas has told us that satsang vivek na hoi. Vivek, knowledge, exposure toward dharma, oneness with the Lord, it is never possible without satsang. Or Ram Kripa. Ram Ji ki kripa, His mercy, is not possible without satsang. In satsang, we raise our devotion, the level of devotion. In satsang, we find peace. In satsang, we find goodness. In satsang, we find energy. No matter how much we bring these broadcasts to your home, the minute you come into the temple and you're among others safely, satsang raises your level of energy. You have said that in so many ways and so many times. This morning satsang, Sunday morning satsang has always been very peaceful, very vibrant, and it's very energized to bring a different level of consciousness to our life. Where, yes, we have responsibilities to the world, we have to go about doing our work, but how you do it, satsang is the driver behind all of that. Satsang awakens us, prepares us. Satsang removes darknesses. Welcome to our Sunday morning satsang at Bhavani Shankar Mandir, and I hope all of you are safe and you're well from wherever you are. This morning I'd like to talk a little bit about the Gita, chapter 17 of the Gita. There are a few things that we say in our dharma that identifies as a Hindu. Namaste, Ram Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Shri Krishna, Bham Bhole, Pranam, Pranipata, all these things we say. Among them, Krishna Bhagavan, as he is trying to engage Arjuna in a discussion, and as he is trying to as well elevate Arjuna, he tells Arjuna the power of chanting, the power of reciting, the power of speaking certain things. Whatever we speak, as you know, or chant, it leaves an impression in our soul. The body it will not, because the body is only impacted by whatever physical things happen. A little cut, a bruise, whatever, soreness, that happens to the body. The body feels that kind of impact, right? You overwork your body one day physically, or actually you don't work it one day physically, then what happens? Then it responds in a certain way. But the Atma as well responds differently to what you say, what you recite. And that is why mantras have always been the word, the songs. Mantras are songs. And in the Gita, Sri Krishna tells Arjuna what to recite as well. Mantras are songs. You do not have to understand what they mean. You do not need the translation unless you're curious. But the less you know about the meaning of a mantra when it is given to you, the more impact it is in your life. Because you will focus on the sound of it. Om Namah Shivaya. That mantra alone, even the Rakshas, the demons used to take that mantra. They never went and tell anybody what it meant, how it can elevate them. They never told anyone about the meaning of it. No. All they did was night and day they stood up and they chanted, Om Namah Shivaya. The sounds of our mantra are very scientific. This entire world this entire cosmos was created by a song called Om, from the Damaru of Shivji. This morning, I'd like to tell you about that little discussion in chapter 17 of the Gita, where Sri Krishna Bhagavan tells Arjuna the power of songs. Chapter 17. When we all chant mantras, your mantra is not powerful unless there is one sound before it. Right? And this is what I'm going to talk to you about this morning. We're going to project it actually on the here so you can see it. The first slide we're going to talk about is Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om. Before we chant as Panditjis, when we do pujas, before we chant any Vedic mantra, before we chant Ganesh Ji mantra, we have to say Harihi Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigvam Havamahe Priyanam Tva Priyapatigvam Havamahe, and so on. If you're chanting Shivji mantra, Harihi Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. If you chant Devi mantra as well, Harihi Om Jata Vedase Sunavama. If you chant Hari Bhagwan mantra, Harihi Om Sahasra Shirsha Purusha. Hari Om has always been placed in front of every mantra that we chant. Hari Om. What this does, Hari Bhagavan Mahavishnu, his name is always placed there in all the major mantras. Mostly we chant Om, right? Om Shantakaram. That you must continue to do that. Let's look at why we do that. In the next slide, we talk about Om, chapter 17, verse 24. Tasmat Om ityuddha hrityah Yagyadanah tapah kriyah Pravartante vidhanokta Satatam brahma vadinam. This is chapter 17 of the Gita. Tasmad Om ityuttaharditah Yagyadana tapah kriyah pravratante vidhanoktaha satatam brahma vadinam. This beautiful shloka. Sri Krishna Bhagavan tells Arjuna, the meaning is in the next slide, the utterance of Om. By saying Om, the utterance of Om are the acts of sacrifice, gift and austerity, as enjoined in the scriptures, always undertaken by the Vedas. When we chant Om, the next slide tells us, it purifies our karma. You know, Om is a mantra by itself. If you take Om as a mantra by itself, that is sufficient for the ordinary who cannot learn different mantras. You close your eyes and you just breathe deeply. And as long as you breathe, the length of your breath inhaling, the length of your breath exhaling must be the same. So if you go, so what they teach you when you're learning mantra shastra is do the pranayam and recite a mantra. So like recite any mantra. Om Bhurbhuvasvadasaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yuna Pachodayat. In your mind though. And that must be the length of your breath going with the same speed. Now how do you measure the length of your breath coming out? You recite the same mantra with the same speed. So you're chanting in your mind. And then when you finish, exhale again. The inhalation and the exhalation, this is how scientific this thing is. Breathing is a science. Breathe, your breath in must be equal to the breath out. That is called pranayam. Controlling of the prana, controlling your life. When we say take control over your life, it does not mean spend responsible and health and all that kind alone. It means literally take control over your prana, your life, which means breathe properly. But breathing is something we don't focus on because breathing happens, right? You don't think, okay, I'm going to breathe in now. That's why we have this process called pranayam, where you focus on breathing in, the same length of breath in and out. When you take Om with that, as the explanation says, when we chant Om, it purifies our karma. It acts as a source of cleansing. And also we ask forgiveness while praying. So if you're chanting the mantra and you make a mistake in the mantra, let's say you're chanting Shantakaram and instead of the right thing you say Shantakaram Bhujag Shayanam Padmanabham Sureshwaram. You chant Om, Bhagavan understands you're making a mistake or so. Although we must learn to practice the right thing. Om, when placed before the mantra, gives prana shakti into the mantra. It means there will be life into your mantra. When a mantra is recited, it has to be alive. Otherwise, it works reverse on you. It works the reverse on you. Instead of giving you energy, it takes away your energy. Just like anything else. If you don't eat food properly, instead of feeling energized, it will make you feel sluggish. Right? You ever feel like that? You eat food before, and after you eat it, man, this 7 curry proper heavy. Otherwise, it's not a 7 curry heavy. It's like we've eaten so much that the body doesn't have space to breathe. So instead of working for you, it works against you. Right? Works against you. The same thing with prayer. If prayers are not chanted properly, and that is why in the Karam Kand, when a Pandit Ji chants does Karam Kand, the mantras, if one shabd, one sound is out of place, you know how serious this thing is? Right? If one sound is out of place, the effects are adverse. Mantra Shastra. That is why the priesthood is just not something that people can pick up like that. You wear a dhoti, kurta, sing a little song, you become a Karmakanda Pandit. It's okay to deliver kathan thing, but Karmakanda Pandit, your shabda, your swara, everything has to be coordinated. Before you chant any of the mantras, make sure you chant Om first before all of them. Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Shanti and so on. Om. Always. It makes the mantra alive. It gives life to the mantra. Think of it like this, right? Think of it like this. You've built a beautiful car, the engineers, all of them, they've built a beautiful car. And let's say it's an electric car or a gas car. Let's talk about that. A nice gas car, you put it there, would use gasoline. Nice, ready to be used. But you have not put in the life into it, the fuel into it, it will not work. Similarly for mantra, you chant any mantra, but Om is not a part of it, never work. It will never have prana shakti. It will not energize the environment. It will not benefit you in any way. So Om, Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, Om must be chanted before everything. Om can be chanted by itself alone. Om, breathe out. Om, breathe out again, and so on. So the next syllable, he says, is called Tat. Chapter 17, verse 25. Tad ityam anabhis sandhaya phalam yagya tapaha kriyah Dana kriyascha vividha kriyante moksha kamshibhi. Tat. So we learn about Om, Tat. Tat, in the next slide, it explains uttering Tat without aiming at the fruits are the acts of sacrifice and austerity. When you say tat, that sound, tat, it means whatever you're doing, your puja, your prayer, your actions, it will help you to not aim at the fruits of those actions. Because you know why? Gita tells us, karmanyeva dikarasya ma kale paleshu kadachina. If you are feeding somebody, if you're buying groceries somebody, you're doing good for somebody, and if you are even thinking that there's going to be a reward for that has been done, there will not be. Karma doesn't work like that. Do it as an offering to God. Do it as an offering to God. When you say tat, om tat, and we're getting to the next one just now. Tat means literally that. Don't aim at the fruits. Don't aim at the fruits. The next slide tells you in detail. Without aiming at the fruits, while performing a karma, thought should be invoked that it belongs to God. So I'm giving you this book. There's Gita, little one here. I give it to you. It means that tat, when it is recited, it means that this is going to help you to forget about the fact that I have given you this book and that it needs, that action is going to come back to you automatically. Tat, without aiming at the fruits. That is not a very practical thing if you're a farmer, is it? If you're going to plant mangoes or plant some form of plant and sow seeds in the ground, in the soil, probably not practical. How do you sow the seeds and don't worry about the fruits? That is not the fruits we're talking about. We're talking about a fruit that is longer than that. The mangoes that you eat will long be gone. It will go into your body and help you become something. But your karma phalam, the fruits of your karmas will follow your atma, your soul, from birth to birth to birth. So the act of giving this book, the act of giving to the temple, donating your time, your effort, sweep the car, the floor, whatever it is that you do, that act is going to follow you from birth to birth, birth after birth. That is the fruit the Lord is talking about, right? Bhagavan says in the Gita, Patram pushpam valam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. The Lord says, offer me a fruit, but the Lord has not said, what kind of fruit do we offer? What kind of fruit do we offer to the Lord? When we do Shivji Puja, we are always very particular. Bhagavan, we must get anar, we must get cucumber, we must have cane, those are good things. All the wild things he likes, he's wild. When we do Durga Ma Puja, we have to get certain fruits and so on. So, what is this about? What is this about in terms of getting the physical fruits? They matter on a material level. On a material level that they matter. But my friends, on a spiritual level, your karma phalam, your act of kindness and goodness will go beyond this life that we have. Beyond this life that we have. So, this is the karma phalam we're talking about. Therefore, all of us must do good, and when we say tat, it means we are not aiming at the fruits that I'm going to get when I give you this book or whatever good things I do. And then the last one is sat. The last one, Shri Krishna says, Om Tat Sat. Chapter 17, verse 26. Sadbhave sadhu bhavecha satya ityetad prayujyate prasaste karmani tatha satchabdah prartayujyate yajne tapasi danecha sthiti sad iti chocyate karma chaiva tadathyam sad itye mavidhyate. Sat. Om Tat Sat. The last syllable the Lord talks about in the next slide tells about the information. The word sat is used in a sense of reality and goodness. No, sat means truth, right? When we say sat, we are asking that act to become auspicious. Sat means steadfastness. Sat means truth. You're doing that action and its foundation is truthfulness. Satyavratam satyaparam trisatyam satyasya loke nihitam cha satye. Satyasya satyanita satyanetam satyatmakam tvam sharanam prapanna. There's a shloka from the Bhagavatam. The word sat or the song sat. Sat ek vrat hai. Sat is not only to be told on a Sunday or a Monday or when you're fasting. Satya vratam. Satya is your vrat. We are going through many vrat right now for Mahashivratri and so on. But Satya vratam. If your life is not a satya, if your vrat is not to be truthful, to speak the truth at all times, and be true to yourself, then no vrat is accomplished. No fasting is accomplished. Satya vratam satya param trisatyam. The highest of all vrat, the highest of all fasting is satya vrat. Let your life be a satya. Let your life be satya. And then when this happens, when you chant this syllables, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, that alone is good enough to purify what you're doing, to detach you from that action that you're doing. Is very important. Om Tat Sat. I give you this book, I says Om Tat Sat. What it does, it purifies this action of giving. It purifies the fruits. So I'm not looking forward that, the fruit will come afterwards. And Sat, it makes the act itself auspicious. Hari Om Tat Sat. When we were little, we used to sing, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Satyam Shivam Sundaram, 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 Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. When we used to sing, when we were little, we used to sing that very beautiful chanting, Hari Om Tat Sat. And it is something that you must remind yourself of every day. Try to use simple things to elevate yourself and to purify yourself. You give somebody something, hold it like this, Hari Om Tat Sat. Right? Sometimes you can greet somebody, Hari Om Tat Sat. When you sit down, you can sing Hari Om Tat Sat. Right? A lot of us, we say a lot of things that are very unpleasant. Right? If you sit down and if you sit down, for example, you sit down and you hurt part of your body, or you're walking and you stump your toe or something, we say a lot of things that are not warranted. We call for God that we don't even pray to. Right? We call for God that we don't pray to. A lot of times we're sitting to do puja. And while doing the puja, maybe we make a mistake and people say, Jesus Christ. At the midst of the puja. We're Charnamrit and the puja and the murti following Jesus Christ. Like, what is this? Right? Sometimes, little things, you're doing something, making this Jesus Christ. Right? Now, I know it comes from a little bit of traditional norm back home and whatever it is, but please, let us use little things. Hari Om Tat Sat. You feel a little comfortable, Hari Om Tat Sat. You make a mistake, Hari Om Tat Sat. You know what I have seen? The Vaktas, I listen to a lot of gurus from India through YouTube and all this kind of thing. I'm not blessed to live there, or I can't go there and sit for 3 months and 6 months and a year, but they bring their teaching to us these days, right? Many of them, when they're speaking, sometimes they're speaking Bhagavad, and if they say something, if their tongue slip and they say something like a wrong shabda or a wrong word, instead of saying oops or oh my God or Jesus Christ, they say Hare Krishna. And they move on. Like if they're going to say yada yada hi dharmasya, and they say yada pada hi Hare Krishna, and they start again. Right? So we've got to find ways to identify ourselves that God is behind everything that we're doing, and that when we slip up, we must do the things. You mustn't call God's name alone when you slip up. You've got to call God's name all the time. Hari Om Tat Sat. I'm sure you've heard of this before, chapter 17 of the Gita. But this morning, let's make it part of our life. Let us make it part of our life. There's one beautiful name. Bhagwan is called Hari, of course. Hari, Mahavishnu is called Hari. And as we say Hari Om, before we do anything in our prayers, right, we say Hari Om. There is one beautiful name of the Lord that I recall this morning. Banke Bihari Lal, Teri Jai Hove. In Vrindavan, he has a beautiful temple called Banke Bihari Temple. It is the pride of Vrindavan, where Bhagwan Shri Krishna is in a beautiful dark form as Banke Bihari. If you go to Vrindavan, it is the main temple there, main Krishna temple of Vrindavan. The Lord, a very, sparkling eyes, dark in complexion, very, in his splendor, magnetic, always very attractive. Whoever goes there, they lose their mind to Bhagwan Banke Bihari. Char Veda Tere Sagave Banke Bihari. The 4 Vedas have tried to praise you, Krishna, but nothing is capable of praising you. Let us sing this beautiful song to Banke Bihari this morning. Jai Hove Teri Jai Hove, Jai Hove Teri Jai Hove, Jai Hove Teri Jai Hove, Jai Hove Teri Jai Hove. Banke Bihari Lal Teri Jai Hove, Banke Bihari Lal Teri Jai Hove, Banke Bihari Lal Teri Jai Hove, Meri Bhaktan ke Rakpal Teri Jai Hove, Bhaktan ke Rakpal Teri Jai Hove, Jai Hove Teri Jai Hove, Jai Hove Teri Jai Hove.
अरे बांके बिहारी लाल तेरी जय होवे, बांके बिहारी लाल
तेरी जय होवे,
भक्तन के रखपाल तेरी जय होवे।
भक्तन के रखवाल तेरी जय होवे।
चार वेद तेरे यश गावे, नेति नेति सदा पुकारे, नेति नेति सदा पुकारे। चार वेद तेरे यश गावे, नेति नेति सदा पुकारे, नेति नेति सदा पुकारे। ओ चार वेद तेरे यश गावे, नेति नेति सदा पुकारे। चार वेद तेरे यश गावे, नेति नेति सदा पुकारे। भक्तन के रखपाल तेरी जय होवे, फिर भी न पारे पार तेरी जय होवे, फिर भी न पारे पार तेरी जय होवे। जय होवे तेरी जय होवे, जय होवे तेरी जय होवे, जय होवे तेरी जय होवे, जय होवे तेरी जय होवे। अरे बांके बिहारी लाल तेरी जय होवे,
बांके बिहारी लाल तेरी जय होवे।
दुख संकट के तुम रखवाले, भक्तन की आंखों के तारे, भक्तन की आंखों के तारे। दुख संकट के तुम रखवाले, भक्तन की आंखों के तारे। दुख संकट के तुम रखवाले, भक्तन की आंखों के तारे। दूर करो अंधकार तेरी जय होवे, दूर करो अंधकार तेरी जय होवे। जय होवे तेरी जय होवे, जय होवे तेरी जय होवे, जय होवे तेरी जय होवे, जय होवे तेरी जय होवे। बांके बिहारी लाल तेरी जय होवे, बांके बिहारी लाल
तेरी जय होवे।
जय हो। हम दुखिया रे दूर तिहारे, रैन दिना यह दिने पुकारे, रैन दिना यह दिने पुकारे। हम दुखिया रे दूर तिहारे, रैन दिना यह दिने पुकारे, रैन दिना यह दिने पुकारे। हो भव सागर से पार तेरी जय होवे, भव सागर से पार तेरी जय होवे। जय होवे तेरी जय होवे, जय होवे तेरी जय होवे, जय होवे तेरी जय होवे,
जय होवे तेरी जय होवे।
ओ मेरे बांके बिहारी लाल तेरी जय होवे, बांके बिहारी लाल
तेरी जय होवे।
तेरे भक्तन के रखपाल तेरी जय होवे, भक्तन के रखपाल तेरी
जय होवे।
अरे जय होवे तेरी जय होवे, जय होवे तेरी जय होवे, जय होवे तेरी जय होवे, जय होवे
तेरी जय होवे।
ओ बांके बिहारी लाल तेरी जय होवे, बांके बिहारी लाल तेरी जय होवे, बांके बिहारी लाल तेरी जय होवे, बांके बिहारी लाल तेरी जय होवे। बांके बिहारी लाल भगवान की जय हो। Glorification this morning to the Gita, to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Krishna Bhagwan tells Arjuna in the Gita, Om Tat Sat iti nirdasho Brahmanastrividah smritah Brahmanastena vedascha Yagyascha vihita pura. Arjun, Om Tat Sat, he says, Om Tat Sat. This has been declared to be the triple designation of Brahman, the triple form of Brahman, of God himself. Brahman, God. Om Tat Sat. In some teachings it is said Om Tat Sat is equivalent to Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Om Tat Sat. By that were made of the old Brahmanas, the Vedas and the Yagyas. Right? By the recitation of this, even the Vedas and the Yagyas themselves were created. He also says, Arjun, that Ashradhaya hutam datam tapastaptam kritam chayat asadityat chujate partha nacha tatpretya neha. That whatever is sacrificed, whatever is given, or performed, and whatever austerity is practiced without Shraddha, without faith, it is called asat. O Partha, O Arjuna, if of no account here, or it is of no account here or hereafter. Whatever you do, if it is not done with Shraddha, I give this one example all the time, Shri Krishna is saying here. Whatever you do, if it is not done with Shraddha, with faith, then that karma becomes asat. There is no merit in it. I always tell you that if you're asked to sweep the floor or mop the floor, you know, I was given this illustration long ago when I was young in my career by my then boss. He says, listen, when you're going to do something, when you're going to sweep the floor, you must sweep the floor so well. You must sweep the floor so well that when all the other sweepers of the floor see your floor swept, they must be envious of it. How are you going to sweep it so well, though? How are you going to sweep it so well if you don't believe in what you're doing? If you don't do it with Shraddha, Shri Krishna says in Gita chapter 17. So, when somebody sweeps a floor, you can tell whether they swept it willingly or whether they swept it against their will. Because if they swept it willingly, you will see how nicely it is done, how clean it is, how things are stacked away nicely. Because there's Shraddha in it. There's faith in what they're doing. They believe in what they're doing, so they do it with a lot of faith. And when they don't sweep the floor, when they sweep the floor unwillingly, without their will, without wanting to, you also see how it is reflected. Because it is done, as we would say in Guyana, this side, that side. Like, you know, without any, you know, done with a lot of puharness in it. Like there is no care for it. You can see how it is done when there is no Shraddha. If somebody bring a meal to you, prepared, you go to a restaurant. When a meal is prepared for you, or somebody cooks a meal in your home, you know when it is prepared with Shraddha, with love and with faith. And you know when it is not done as well. Anything people do in this life, be it a puja, a satsang, or work outside there, you know when they have done it with Shraddha or not. Krishna Bhagavan is saying, Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat is chanted to allow you to have faith in everything that you do. It is my prayer this morning that everything that you do in your life, you must do it with a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of Shraddha, a lot of faith. And so when you do it, it is not done for the temple. You know, when you do things here, you're not doing it for Palithardat. I have nothing here. I die tomorrow. My hands are clean. I'm gone. You're not doing it for
the committee or the management. You sweep the floor, clean the carpet, you're cleaning it for God. You are sweeping your way, as the saints would say, Shraddha, as she was sweeping the path to welcome God, she was paving her path to heaven. As she was feeding the Lord bear, jute bear, dongs, she was feeding her way to heavens. This is what we're doing. We are paving our own path. It is my prayer that all of you continue to pave your path to the realm of God. May you all, of course, be in love with God, and whatever you do, let it be an offering to Him. One more song and then we're finished this morning.
मीठे रस से भरियो.
Let me sing that. I'm tricking the kids because
राधा की कृपा,
राधा की कृपा, कृष्ण की कृपा, जिस पे हो जाए भक्ति को पाए मौज उड़ाए. Whatever you're doing, by Krishna and Radha's grace, with devotion, bhakti ko paye. Acquire devotion in whatever you do, my friends, and you can see how blessed it is done. Whatever you're doing this morning, I don't know if you're preparing breakfast, or if you're listening, or you're driving, or whatever it is, please do it with a lot of devotion, because remember, whatever you do, someone else will consume. And I say consume, someone else will use. If you're, sweeping the floor, please sweep it nicely, because someone has to be there. No?
राधा की कृपा, कृष्ण की कृपा, जिस पे हो जाए भक्ति को पाए मौजुराए 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 मौजु. जय हो. राधा की कृपा, कृष्ण की कृपा, जिस पे हो जाए भक्ति को पाए मौजुराए 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 मौजुराए. जय हो. हरि ओम तत्सत. चाहे किस देश में हो, चाहे किसी भेष में हो, चाहे किसी देश में हो, चाहे किसी देश में हो, चाहे किसी परवेश में हो, राधा की कृपा, कृष्ण की कृपा, जिस पे हो जाए भक्ति को पाए मौजुराए 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 मौजुराए. जय हो. चाहे किसी रंग में हो, चाहे किसी ढंग में हो, चाहे किसी रंग में हो, चाहे किसी ढंग में हो, चाहे किसी तारंग में हो, राधा की कृपा, कृष्ण की कृपा, जिस पे हो जाए भक्ति को पाए मौजुराए 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 मौजुराए. हरि ओम तत्सत. चाहे वो घर में हो, चाहे वो वन में हो, चाहे वो घर में हो, चाहे वो वन में हो, चाहे किसी उलझन में हो, राधा की कृपा, कृष्ण की कृपा, जिस पे हो जाए भक्ति को पाए मौजुराए मौजुराए मौजुरा जय हो। चाहे अमीर हो चाहे गरीब हो, चाहे अमीर हो चाहे गरीब हो, चाहे बिगड़ी तकदीर हो, राधा की कृपा कृष्ण की कृपा जिस पे हो जाए भक्ति को पाए मौजुराए 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 मौजुराए। हरि ओम तत्सत 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 हरि ओम। बोले श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, जगदम्बिका माता की जय। नमः पार्वती पतये, हर 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 महादेव शंभो। Brings us to the end of this morning's program. And I truly wish that all of you have a very blessed week ahead and a blessed day as well. Reminder, my friends, we have a major event coming up, which is Saturday coming. It's the 29th of January. And it will be our Panchadev Puja, where yourself and the devotees across the world are actually preparing to do this very powerful puja in your home. Panchadev Puja plus Hanuman Baba Puja, where you stick your jhandi and things like that. I would like to ask all of you to join that morning. We have given you enough notice, advance notice for this, and we hope that you will join on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. very sharp. All the information is on our Facebook page and our website and our app as well, the list and everything. But I'll make another post today to include everything fresh so that you see the list and how the setup is, everything, the Navgraha Bedi and everything you should set up and everything prepared for our puja. These are ways in which we enhance our home. These are ways in which we make our home feel lively. We all must live in a consecrated space, a space where God has been given the privilege to live, to dwell. We all have to do that. It is our responsibility. Your home is just not to build and sleep and eat inside. No. Your home is much more than that. Your home is a gift from God, and puja is a way of reminding yourself that this is a gift from God. Let it be energized. Let it be energized. Let it be energized. So Saturday morning, we'll do that puja. Gather up all your things and let us do puja together. Speaking of gathering up all your things, those of you who are ordering all your puja items online, and you can do that now, we will not ship the puja items to you. This is mostly for people around here in the Brampton area, GTA area. You actually can go online on bhawanishankarmandir.com, click Puja Store, and whatever day you can order, how many flowers you want, malas you want, lotus you want. You do not need to call anybody because you just don't need to. You just
Bhavani Shankar Mandir.com, Puja Store. Click how many flowers you want, 20, 40, doesn't matter. And then you can pay for it online and everything, and they will coordinate a pickup time for you, nicely parceled off and everything, so that you will get it on time. Now the cutoff for doing that, you just can't do it anytime. The cutoff for ordering your puja items online is Tuesday 25th. That is your deadline, your cutoff time for ordering your puja stuff, Tuesday 25th, Tuesday coming. Because, they have to go and purchase these things. We don't have them in the store readily available for you, like flowers and all that. These are perishable items, jasmine and everything. So we have to go and we have to get it. So please order it on or before Tuesday 25th, not after. And then we will arrange everything nicely for you. But I'm so happy about this event on January 29th, because it is a great opportunity for us to bond, pray, and elevate ourselves. As you know, there is no fee for doing this. We charge no fee for this. There is no 108 or 101, nothing like that. But we ask you, out of your kindness, for the goodness that we are doing to the temple, quiet times here and everything, for that puja. For that, I like to remind everybody that for puja, you have to give dakshina for your puja to be completed. Now, if 300 people around the world try to give Panidharda dakshina, it's not going to work. I'm going to get a little rich, and I don't want to get rich. So I've always encouraged you to take your dakshina and give it to the mandir. That is all that is required. We have enough to survive on. We have enough to carry us in life. But give a little donation to the temple. We are not putting an amount, but we know you've always responded well. I hope to see all of you on Saturday morning. But before that, we'll meet at the temple and all that many times. Tomorrow again, Tuesday, Friday. I will remind you of all of that. The following week is our first Saturday, Navgraha Puja. So we're looking for families to sit and do puja. That is as well, there's no price to that. You can make a donation to the temple, buy your puja things. And we'll have grand puja on the 5th, the following Saturday. That's the 5th of February. And in the evening, there's Saraswati Puja, Saraswati Jayanti as well, where all of you and your children will sit in your home and do Saraswati Puja. We're inviting you to come to the mandir as well, but not to do puja individually, but to witness the puja. So hope you can make it and make the best out of it for Saraswati Jayanti. Thank you all so much. Wish you the best of the day. We'll now stand for Aarti in the temple. Om Yani Kani Chapapani. Anybody have prasad to offer? Yani Kani Chapapani Janamantar Kritani Cha Tani Sarvani Nashyantu Pradakshinam Pade Pade.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhakt Janon ke sankat Das Janon ke sankat Shad mein doj kare Om Jai
ॐ शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिविर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनां, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा, गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अस्तो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो गणपति भगवान की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, नवग्रह देवता की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय, राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय, श्री बालकृष्ण लाल की जय, गंगा मैया की जय, यमुना मैया की जय, श्री भारत माता की जय, धरती माता की जय हो, नव दुर्गा माता की जय, श्री महासूर्य नारायण स्वामी की जय, सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय, सरस्वती माता की जय, महालक्ष्मी माता की जय, जगदम्बिका दुर्गा माता की जय। नमः पार्वती पतये हर 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 महादेव शंभो। सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। सबको ये जय जय सीताराम। Jai Sitaram everyone, wishing you all a very blessed day. Those in the temple, have a very blessed day and a safe drive home. And those online, have a very blessed day as well. And see you all tomorrow for Shivji Puja in the evening.